Hello guys, welcome to this video. So guys, in this video, we'll be learning about Amazon SageMaker. We'll try to see how we can build, train and deploy and create endpoints for machine learning projects with the help of this SageMaker. If you don't know, SageMaker is a complete platform. So here you can build, train and deploy your machine learning model. And it is a fully managed let's say platform. So everything managed by AWS, you don't need to do anything. All the configuration, all the let's say setup, all the instance, everything you will be getting from the AWS site. And again guys, this is one of the great MLOps platform, okay, I can say. I will show you the practical demo, then you will be able to understand why I'm talking about that. Because whenever we are creating any kinds of ML model in the local system, so sometimes actually it becomes difficult, because let's say you don't have good configuration instance. That time what will happen, you won't be able to train the model, okay. And let's say you don't have like good memory, you won't be able to load the data. So everything I mean you have to do manually here. But whenever I'm talking about SageMaker, so everything can be done as an automated way. So guys, make sure you have the AWS account. First of all, I will give you the overview of this AWS SageMaker, how we can set up everything. Then we'll try to start the development part. Okay. So guys, I'm inside my AWS account. So first of all, log in with your account and make sure you select your region. So currently I'm working in Mumbai, AP South 1. You can also like change any other region, let's say North Virginia, okay, or let's say Ohio, California. So you can select the region as per your nearest one, okay. So I've selected the Asia Pacific, that means Mumbai. Now what I will do guys, here you have to search for Amazon SageMaker. So search for Amazon uh, SageMaker. So here you will be getting two SageMaker, this one Amazon SageMaker and Amazon SageMaker AI. You have to select this one, okay. You can see build, train and deploy machine learning models. So I'll try to select this one. Okay, so here the first thing guys you have to do, if you are doing it for the first time, you have to create a domain. To create a domain, just go inside a domain and create a new domain, okay. And here you will be getting two options. One is the setup for single users, one is the setup for the organization. If you're doing for the organization, you can select for the organization. Otherwise, if you're doing individually, you can select this one. Then if you click on setup, automatically your domain would be created, okay. So for me, I have already done. I'm not going to create the domain, but for you have to create the domain. So once a domain is created, what you have to do, you have to get back, okay. You have to get back. So let me go inside my domain. Yeah, now I will go inside my domain. Now here you have to click on the user profile, okay. So by default one profile would be created, and if you want to create multiple profile, again you can create a profile here. You can add the user and you can create the profile. For me, I already have the profile. What I will do, I will click on launch, and there will see one option called studio, okay. So just click on the studio. So it will open the studio, and inside that we'll try to launch the instance. That means we'll be launching a Jupyter lab. Inside that we'll be doing the coding. Okay, so after that, what you have to do, guys, here you will be seeing a different application. You can, if you're doing the coding with the R programming, you can open the R Studio. You can also create the canvas code editor. Even you can also use the ML flow here. But I'm going to use the Jupyter Lab, so I'll just click on Jupyter Lab, and here you will see one option called Create Jupyter Lab Space. So I'll try to click here. Now you can either create a private, either you can share with any kinds of domain. Okay, let's say you are adding some user in your domain, you can also share it that. Now you can give the name here. So here I will give the name, let's say demo, create the space. Now see, your space is getting created, and this is the instance. Okay, you can also select the instance. See, yeah, there is a option. You can select the instance you want. Okay, let's say you need a bigger instance, you can also select it, and you can also select the distribution. Okay, version, everything you can select here. So I'll keep the default one. Okay, this default one I'll try to keep. And what I will do, you can also give the storage size, like how much storage you need. Even you can also add as any kinds of custom file system. Everything is possible. So I'll keep everything as default, and here I'll click on run space. Okay, run space. So what it will do, it will create the space. So you can see it is giving you one message, updating space demo, please stay on this space. So once it is created guys, then we'll be able to launch the Jupyter Lab. So what I will do guys, I will pause the video. Once this storage is getting created, again I will show you, okay, what to do. So guys, as you can see, my space has created. Now I will launch the Jupyter Lab here. Yeah, so this is my Jupyter lab, and here I will select the Python kernel. Okay, this one. Okay, now you can also rename the notebook name. So let's rename it. I will give, let's say, ML project ML project. So fine. So I think everything is ready. Now what I will do, guys, I'll pick up a data set. So I'll go to the Kaggle, and here I will search for student score CSV data. You can use any kinds of ML data. Okay, I think you know how to do EDA, feature engineering, everything you know. So I'm not going to show you that part. So directly I'm going to take a data, and I'm going to show you how we can train, okay, and deploy these kinds of model as an endpoint over the SageMaker platform. So guys, you can see this is the data. So it has two columns, hours and scores. So based on the hours, you have to predict the score. So it's a regression problem statement. So what I will do, I will use one regression model, linear regression model, okay, from the SageMaker, and will try to train one machine learning model. So first of all, you have to download the data. So just click on download, it will download the data. For me, I have already downloaded. So what I will do, I'll just try to upload the data. So to upload it, what you can do, so here you have an upload option. See, there is an upload file option. Now this dataset is available in the archive folder, student is code. Okay, now let's try to open. See, you can see this is the CSV file. Let me open it up. You can see this is the data. Okay, so now let's start development. So now I'll first of all import some of the library. So import, let me zoom this screen. Import pandas SPD. Then I need numpy, so I'll import numpy as np. Then apart from that, I need boto3. Boto3 you need to make the connection, okay, with your AWS services. Then I also need tenter split from scalar. Then I need SageMaker, because we are using SageMaker, and uh, SageMaker has one Python package, okay, SageMaker. Then I need session from SageMaker. So these are some required library, guys, okay, and this is common for all the development. So make sure you are adding these are the library. So then I need this IO SageMaker Amazon common, okay, SMAC. Then I also need this get image URI. So these are some necessary library, guys, you have to import. Now let me import all of them. Now see, guys, okay, I have imported all of them. Now here you don't need to set up everything, because in SageMaker everything is already set up. So here you don't need to set up the requirement file. Now the next thing, guys, we have to load this CSV file. And how to load, I think you know that. First of all, take a variable, then call pandas.read CSV, and inside that just try to pass the data. So the data name is student student scores dot csv. Now what I'll do, I'll just try to show you the data. So df dot head. Sorry, so here I have to give a bracket. Now you can see, guys, this is the data. So hours and scores. Now if you want to see like how many example you have, you can use this attribute called shape. So here you have 25 let's say examples and 2 columns. And guys, again I'm telling you, you can use any kinds of data here. So here we have 25 rows and 2 columns. Okay, now what we have to do, guys, we'll be separating here we'll be separating our x and y. So here x is my hours and y is my scores. Okay, now let me separate them. So yeah, so you can see inside x I'm storing my hours, and inside y I'm storing my scores. Okay, now one thing you have to do, otherwise you may get some issue, you have to convert this numbers to floating number. Okay, because see, you can see it's a floating number, but again you have to reinitialize that. Otherwise sometimes for the data type issue you'll get the issue. Okay, that's why we are doing it. Now if we execute, now see this particular data has become float 32 number. Okay, now if I show you the data types, so you can see it's a float 32 number. Now what I'll do guys, I'll try to do the train test speed, because with respect to the training data, we'll be training the model, and with the help of this test data, we'll try to evaluate the model, or let's say test the scores. Okay, now you can see this is the code, and see, everything is common, only some of the configuration are different. Okay, otherwise whatever machine learning you have done so far, everything is same. Now this is my training, testing, and this one our yeah, training and testing. And in the test data, I kept 20% data for the testing, and 80% data I'll be using for the training. Now here we'll try to reset the index, and for this is the code. Now if I show you my data, so this becomes your data right now. Okay. Now what I will do guys, we need to take this label as a vector, and to do that, this is the code. Now if I show you, now see, it is like a vector right now. Okay, uh, and again for the testing also I have to do the same thing. So this is for the training, and this is for the testing. Now see, this particular code is common for all the SageMaker project you will be doing. So first of all, you have to initialize the SageMaker session, then you have to specify the bucket name, because in the bucket itself you have to store your data file, and here you have to give the any kinds of, let's say, name you can give. Let's say in the bucket, let's say I'm doing linear regression project, I'm using linear model, so that's why I am creating a folder with respect to linear learner. Okay, but let's say you're using random for that time, you can give that name. So it's just a naming convention, nothing else. You can give any kinds of name. Then once it is done, you have to make a role. Okay, and how to get the role? SageMaker dot get execution role, and it will automatically store the role here. So now see, this particular code will be executing, but before that we have to create a S3 bucket. So just go to the AWS account again, and here just search for S3 bucket. Okay, and let's create a bucket here. You can give the name. So here I will give, let's say, puppy bucket 25. Make sure you are giving a unique name. Okay, then everything keep it as default. Now let's create the bucket here. So once bucket is created, so you can see this is the bucket. Now this name I have to specify here. Okay, now everything I'll keep default, and let's execute the code. Okay, fine. Now we have to convert our X data to the NumPy array, and this is the code for that. We are converting to the array, and we have to create the buffer right now. So this is the code. So you can use IO library bytes IO write NumPy to dense tensors. Okay, and inside that you have to pass your data. See why we're doing that, because if you check the documentation of SageMaker, they're also doing the same thing. Otherwise during training it may throw some error. Okay, that's why it is suggested to do that. Now what we'll do guys, we'll try to store the data to the S3 bucket. So first of all, we'll try to store the training data. So here I have given the name student data, and we are uploading to the S3 as a train data. Okay, and now if I execute the code, now okay, so it is giving me one error, is not authorized. So guys, you can see the error has been fixed. I don't know why it throw the error. So what I did guys, I again recreated a bucket, okay, called Bappy SageMaker, and again I changed the name here. Now after execution, see, it is working fine. Now if I show you, if I refresh, okay, if I refresh, you can see in the bucket linear learner has created. Inside that you can see you have I already executed training test both. Okay, that's why it is showing here. Inside training you have the student data. Okay, I executed multiple times, that's why it's coming 2 times, but for you it will come only 1 time. Okay, so here you can see I have the student data. Okay, now for the test data also I have to do the same thing. Yeah, now we are saving the test data here. Now if I execute, if I come here, now inside test, now see student data test has been set. Now that's how you can upload your data to the S3 bucket. Fine. Now we have to get the output location, and how to get the output location? This is the code for that. And you can also see the output location. This is the output location because inside this output you have the training data, then your testing data. Now we have to create the container. Uh, how to create the container? This is the code. So here you have one function called image URI retrieve linear learner go to 3 session, and you have to give the region name. So this will give you the container. Okay, this will give you the container. Now we have to define the estimator. So this is the code, and here you can select the instance type. Here I'm using MLC4 as X large instance. You can go to the documentation, you will be seeing like there are different instances. You can also take it as per your project requirement. And you can see I have passed my output location SageMaker session, and yeah, so this will give you my linear estimator. That means the model. Now we have to also set some hyperparameter. So you can see guys, I'm setting the hyperparameter. So feature dimension, predictor type, regression, because we're using regression model. Batch size you can define, number of epoch you want to train, and number of model you want to use, and loss I'm using absolute loss. Okay. Now let's set the hyperparameter. So once it is done, I will try to feed the data. So you can see S3 train data. So with the training data, I'm training the model. And while I'm getting the training data, so this is the code. Okay. Now let me just execute. Now it will take some time. So first of all, it will start the training job. It will download the image. Okay, then it will start complete the training. So this process will take some time, guys. I will wait. I'll pause the video. Once this training is complete, I will come back. So guys, as you can see, our training is completed. Now what we'll do, we'll try to deploy the model, okay, as an endpoint. And for this, this is the code. Okay, so you can see I'm deploying my linear model in the initial instance. And inside that you have to specify these are the parameter, and you can give the instance type, okay, you want to use for the deployment. I'm using ML M4 X large. So there are different instance with respect to the memory, with respect to the CPU. You can check the documentation and you can use as well. Let's say you're doing a deep learning project, that time you can take a bigger instance. Okay, and again guys, I'm telling you this SageMaker is a little bit costly, so again you have to take care about the cost. So now guys, let's try to deploy the model. So you can see this is the code. So here we are deploying our linear model, and you can see I'm taking the ML M4 X large instance. Okay, see, you can select the instance as per your project, let's say size. Let's say you are doing a deep learning project, you need a good instance for the deployment. That time you take a big one. If you go to the documentation, you will see the list of the instance available. And again, this SageMaker is costly. You have to take care about the cost also. And one thing I love about this SageMaker, so here you don't need to manually deploy the, manually create the deployment pipeline. Only in a single line of code, your model would be present, okay, as an endpoint, and you can take the model, you can do the prediction. Now let's try to do the deployment. Now, so guys, deployment is going on. So once it is done, I'll show you the model endpoint. So guys, as you can see, my deployment is complete. Now my model is serving as an endpoint. How to check? So for this, just go to the SageMaker, okay, and here you will see one option called inference. Go inside inference, and you will see the endpoints. Okay, now you can see guys, previously I also created another endpoints. Okay, that's why it's available. If I show you the current one, so the current execution, this one, okay, this is my current execution and this is my endpoint. Okay, now this endpoint you can use from anywhere, and you can use this particular model. Now let me show you how we can do the prediction with respect to this particular model. So okay, so for this, first of all, you have to create a serialization and deserialization this one instance, because if you're not doing it, sometimes it will throw error. That's why we are doing the serialization and deserialization. Then after that, we'll be using our endpoint, this endpoint, and I will try to do the prediction. So first of all, we'll try to do the prediction on the test data. Now if I show you the results, so these are my results, you can see. So my model has predicted these are the number. Okay, these are the scores it has predicted, because if I show the data, so in the data you have hours and scores. Okay, so based on the hours it is predicting the score, and this is the score actually I'm getting. And if I want to show you only the score, I can extract it from the prediction, and this is the score only. Okay, I hope you got it. So now you can use any kinds of, let's say, data, and you can train the model, you can deploy the model, and you can do the prediction as well. So this is the entire, guys, MLOps platform. We call it as a SageMaker. At the end it's costly, but again, if you're using it, you don't need to do like manual configuration, manual setup and all. So everything is automated here. And now if I want to delete this endpoint, okay, so what I can do for this, just write linear model. What is that? Yeah, linear regression dot delete endpoints. Okay, now if I execute, sorry, so it should be parenthesis. Now see, I think it has deleted. Now if I come here, if I refresh, now see, it has deleted. Okay, and you can also manually delete it. Just go to the action, there is a delete button, click on delete. So make sure, guys, you delete the endpoints, otherwise it will charge you. So every time whenever you are creating it, and if you're not using it, just try to delete the endpoint. So yes, guys, this is the complete project, guys, we have done. And one thing I want to tell you, let's say you have done with the, let's say, practice. Now how to delete all the instance we have created? First of all, you can close the notebook. Then after that, you can delete this particular instance you have created. For this, there is an option. First of all, try to stop the instance. Okay, after stopping, you can delete it. Let me show you how to delete. So click on this three dot, delete space. I confirm and delete. Now see, it has deleted. Now you can also delete the this one bucket you have created. For this, first of all, you have to clear the bucket. So here is the option bucket. So you can select the bucket. Let's say this is my bucket, and click on delete and try to delete the bucket. Okay, so that's how you can delete everything. So yes, guys, this is all about, I think you got it. Okay, how we can create this particular project with the help of SageMaker, and try to explore right now. Try to pick up any other dataset and try to practice. With that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.